This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
We're not having the greatest month with planes.
Where'd my wheel go? I swear to God, there was a rudder back there a second ago.
Give me PC too.
I don't want to give you PC too.
A Boeing 757 plane lost its nose wheel right before taking off.
Yeah, we're killing
from
it.
the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Here's another pilot telling the plane that they saw their wheel rolling away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Delta 982, this is the aircraft looking at you. One of your nose tires just came off. It just rolled off the runway behind you. Delta 982, tower, sounds like we've got a problem.
They're so calm. I think they do that because they know the audio is going to go out to every newscast.
Right.
So they're like, all right, don't start crying, panicking, and screaming. We've got to keep this under control.
Dude, they're not doing that.
You know, they edit that part out. I swear to God, they do. God damn it! What is happening?
It was getting ready to fly to Bogota, Colombia. The nose wheel just came off and rolled on down the hill. Passengers were able to disembark the plane after the incident. They were bussed back to the terminal. Let's see. That's all we have.
That's got to be maintenance. That's got to be a maintenance oversight. I mean, there's no way that comes out of a factory. Wait, door plug. Hang on.
Loose screws.
I mean, wouldn't they? It's got to be maintenance. That cannot be Boeing build quality, can it? Doesn't the wheel kind of?
Talk it out, buddy.
Talking overrated.
Trixie, if you're listening, you forgot your cup.
Oh no.
So.
Oh, her Stanley. Oh, she'll be back.
It's not a Stanley.
She
wanted to make sure the world knew it was a cheaper version.
It's a knockoff.
Yeah.
That looks exactly like a Stanley. How much you pay for that?
Not $40.
They had to call it that brand. Not $40.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful mug. It's called Not $40. It's 12.
Dude, brilliant. Let's do it. Let's do it. Anyway.
Wait. Are Stanley mugs made in China? China. Dude.
China.
Let me break your heart. I'm going to say, wait, don't tell me. Is a Stanley $45 mug made in China? I'm going to go against everything I know and say it's made in a little town in Vermont.
Oof.
Oh, no. Taiwan.
Hold on. Let's. Okay, you're not winning this.
Really?
Brazil and China.
Unbelievable.
Which with suppliers who meet our high quality and ethical standards.
I guarantee you it costs $3 to make that mug.
All Stanley products, though, they're designed here in the United States.
Sure.
Yeti's also made in China.
Wow.
China.
Imagine
the Tundra coolers are made in the USA.
Tundra.
Right.
Where's
from Yeti.
Oh, that's a Yeti brand?
But the drinkware, including the tumblers, are made in China.
Where are Yetis made?
I just answered that.
No, you said an offshoot of Yeti.
No. The Yeti line of Tundra coolers are made in the USA.
Oh, the coolers.
All of Yeti's drinkware is made in China.
Oh, okay, so the coolers are made here. Interesting.
The Tundra line of coolers.
Yeah. Probably they're high-end. That sounds high-end.
It's plastic.
Jesus, I jumped the gun on that one. Oh, geez,
right,
I'm an old prospector again. Here we go. It's like Groundhog Day without the gold.
All right, let's see.
Oh.
Are any stainless tumblers made in the USA? You cannot buy stainless steel drinkware made in the USA.
Give me that white flag. Give me that
right
one.
There.
Give me that flag. Now, that seems impossible.
Does it? This one.
No, here's why it seems impossible, dude. And I mean this. We're paying people at McDonald's $18 an hour, and you can't pay somebody $20 to make a tumbler here in the country?
We don't have the manufacturing facilities. They've been completely freaking.
I get that. No,
disemboweled.
I understand that. I understand. It's just amazing that.
Well, because they don't want to pay people $20 an hour. They want to pay them $1.
$1 an hour, right? I get it.
Because
wow.
we have to have $4 billion. $1 billion is not enough.
Boy,
Yeah.
that's hard to believe.
Well, there you go.
So back to the airplane.
Drink from your Stanley Cup in shame. No, I'm kidding.
I guarantee you. Listen to me. Here's the cycle of life, and I mean this. I truly mean this. Like I said, we have at least because we're gifted. We get them for Christmas, a birthday. Christy has a Stanley. Gifted.
I understand.
By the way, because I would not be happy if she paid that. We have 8 of those in our cabinet.
Yeah.
Sitting there collecting dust. I guarantee you in a year, less than a year, something bigger and different design, tweaked, will come out and your Stanley will be in the cupboard in the collection.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Right. Well, go to Goodwill in a year. They're going to be all over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to say let's bring back ceramics.
Dude.
Buy a goddamn
Pottery.
mug that your friend threw on the potter's wheel. That's made in the USA, John. Some bitch.
What's that accent?
I don't know.
Spring grain. Kind of went off the rails there. It's like some big. I feel like you got a pretty mouth, boy. Now we're out of prospector country. Something weird happened.
Right?
But anyways, back to the airplane. These wheels, they're a big deal? Is that what I'm led to believe? These are, by your tone, I assume these are important. Is that true?
Yes,
Okay.
John.
Okay.
I'm glad you picked up on that. It's very subtle. They transferred him to a different aircraft, but forgive me if I don't have the amount of faith needed.
Sorry, are you going to go down there with my bag and check the wheel to make sure it's screwed on tight? Really? Because I've had some
I
trouble.
picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Now, it is weird. We're flying out for a cruise here very, very shortly, and all of these things are piling up. It's like there's no. I told Chris, it's like there's no way we're getting there alive. There's no damn way.
Oh, wow. Well, stop putting that in the universe.
There's no damn way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But, or at least we're gonna be missing a leg when we show up.
Well, is it just is it that we're lacking the people, the workers to do effective checks of the aircraft?
So I was reading I was reading last night about Boeing, and a little background. They merged with McDonnell Douglas back in the late 90s, whatever it was. There used to be a saying. It says, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. That used to be like a thing they used. And, like a corporate strategy, whatever. And now if it's Boeing, I'm not going. I mean, when they merged with McDonnell Douglas, they said it was all about the shareholder. It was about cutting corners and cutting quality and turning out jets and firing people, because that's why tumblers are made in China.
Right.
Except we were doing it here.
Right.
And that's part of the problem, and we're just seeing the result of that. Here we go. Badly designed. There's a whistleblower on this guy with the door that flew off the plane.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, look that one up. He said it's a clown show at Boeing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Google it. They got a
knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a whistleblower, and he said it's an absolute ass. Everybody's an ass, and they're designing them wrong. They're not. The door that came out, they said was somebody pinned it on oversight. Somebody said a quality control guy skipped it because that's where they're at with employees. They skipped it, so it never got logged on the computer to go back for quality control check.
Oof.
And there went the door.
And okay,
But at least the sensor worked. So that guy got it right. But then nobody checked the door.
okay, let's see.
It's a mess, dude. Yeah, look up Boeing whistleblower. You're going to be hearing a lot about that guy. Or not. They'll have him killed. You probably won't hear about it. Can you pass me that beer?
Yeah. Well, it looks like Boeing took a few hits here, 2020, 2021, and then 2023 they were up 15%, 3.5 billion. But that was after taking an 8 billion loss the 2 years previous. So yeah, they're still eating it, dude. God dang.
And then people want to cancel orders. I know. Was it Delta United that had a bunch of planes on order, and they're like, we'll get back to you. But those are orders placed, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Takes a minute to build a jet, I guess. Hi, how's it going?
We'll get back to you.
Hello?
Those are orders placed. Hello?
Guy, turn your radio down.
You
Hi,
sound
how's it going, brother?
Is this JJO?
Yeah, we sound great. What's going on?
Hey, is this JJO?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
I didn't think of that one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You picked a fine time. Was that Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Hi, how's it going?
Johnny, do you remember the movie? It was like in the 80s where the guy was on the plane and it was going to crash, but then like he drew a picture of the tire and it appeared at the very last minute.
No. Appeared where? What do you mean?
Like, so they lost their front tire on the plane.
Flying.
And then this guy, whatever, I don't know, he had some sort of powers. I don't know. I was a kid, but I just remember like he was sitting there and he drew a picture of the plane and then he drew a picture of a tire. And then like all of a sudden this like yellow inflatable tire landed in the front of the plane. So they were able to land the plane correctly without killing everybody.
I have no memory of that. No.
No? Okay.
All right.
Well, I just thought of it. They need to find that guy.
Yeah, let me look. Well, you know what they say. Any landing without a tire is a good landing. So there you
yeah,
Is that what
well,
they-
you know. Is that what they say?
I just made that up.
Yeah, we could tell.
Are you going to make that up when you're landing your plane?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, my God. I'm going to take high-speed rail. Oh, wait, we don't have that here.
Oh,
Bam, bam,
You
bam,
better
bam.
take some flight simulator courses in case.
Yeah, dude, that's a good idea. I'll take the manual with me. All right, thanks. I'm going to get that Flying for Dummies books and read up on that at the airport. In case you get a... Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, so that 7.5 is an older airplane, and I'm sure it was the Delta maintenance probably messed up on that one.
Got to be maintenance, doesn't it? I mean, those
it'd have to
things.
be.
Those things got to shake loose every time they take that.
Well, you got to imagine, 100,000 pounds of aircraft coming down at 120, 130 mile an hour.
But it's weird because you're supposed to glide that nose down, the back wheels,
Yeah. The mains are supposed to take the brunt of the impact, but the nose, when it comes down, is supposed to settle down. But still,
I would guess every torque wrench is getting recalibrated right now at down at the maintenance shed.
Gotcha. Our torque wrenches get calibrated every year. Usually send them in due soon, but yeah.
Sure. All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Listen, I'm a positive guy. I'm always a positive guy. I go to the casino, I'm always going to win. So here's what I'm going to look at this like. These planes land safely 1 million times, and a wheel comes off one time, and you're all throwing a fit.
Yeah, well, I think it's the series of events up until the wheel that came off.
Could you imagine?
It's been a rough week, dude.
Could you imagine? You're coming in for a landing, and your door flies off. Your door jamb flies off, and then as the air is rushing in. And you got a leg hanging out the window at the door, praying for life itself. And then the front wheel flies by you that comes off the same plane after your door comes
Oh,
off.
we weren't going to need that anyway. It's fine.
Cocktail.
I got 2.
We've suspended liquor service until the flames go out.
Hey, man, if a drunk can drive on rims down the belt line, he can land a plane with only one wheel.
Guys are highly trained. I'm Team Boeing.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Trixie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's got your beer now. Yeah. Trixie. Oh, yeah. She's got your beer now. Yeah.
I'm drunk.
Yeah. 6-packs and growlers and bombers of ale. Let her mix and match them, there's no room to fail. Located out on East Washington. Trixie's is the place for all your winter fun. I said, Trixie. Oh, yeah. Well, she's got your beer now.
Mom, I slammed my first beer. Can I have another one? I accidentally slammed it.
Sure, hand your glass over.
I accidentally slammed it. I'm sorry. I hate it when that happens.
Was it an accident?
No. Just thirst, just hydrating. All right, Trixie is here with a special guest in tow. And, of course, we're going to have our 6-pack available. Is there a different situation this week, or are we still on the regular? We're on the regular. What?
I think we're on the regular. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't know because we're doing a specialty brew today, so I didn't know whether it was all still containment on the 6-pack. Are they all together still?
Yeah, they're all in the 6 lineup.
Great.
Yep, you got it.
Great.
Woo, you're throwing me off, man.
No, I know sometimes we don't package them when we have a special brewer.
I need to get better about reading.
No,
your brain.
I didn't explain that very well.
Or do I? I don't know. Oh, okay.
Tell them how it works.
Not you, it's him.
Tell them how it works. It's probably
all
me.
right. So the corner of East Wash and Oak Street, look for the bright orange arrow pointing to Trixie and all the delicious goodness inside. We've got a mix and match set up with tasty beers that we picked out for you to try this week. And we also have a guest, Peter from Starkweather Brewery, joining us today. We've got 3 beers from Starkweather Brewery. They are celebrating their 2-year anniversary.
Congrats, brah.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. Nice. Get right up on that mic if you could. So 2 years, dude. Has it been pretty smooth sailing? Any bumps along the way? How's it feel?
It's floating. It's going pretty well. I mean, people know that we're there. We've been doing pretty well, winning some awards last year. Got a great kitchen, great crew overall. And as long as I keep making the beer, people will keep drinking.
Tell everybody where you're at so everybody knows where
We're
to go.
on 2439 Edwards Avenue. There used to be a different brewery in that location called Next Door Brewing.
Yep.
We took over from them. So it's right next to Stalsi's, across from St. Bernardus Church.
Great locale.
Absolutely.
A great locale. All right.
Well, patio, not so much, but
Congrats on 2 years, man. That's pretty good.
it is good. It's going to be February 8th is when we have our anniversary. So yeah, that's coming up pretty soon.
And you have AC/DC coming in. They're going to play on the rooftop. So
Probably.
it'll be pretty good. Don't let that get out there. We're in trouble. Could you drink that and spit it in my mouth?
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Get over here. I'll do it right now.
Seriously.
It's fine. There's going to be weird dead air and probably vomiting sounds from the other side of the room, but
All right. What is our
Running out of the room.
If
you're doing that, I'm running out of the room.
our first of 3 from Starkweather? What are we going in on here?
All right, so we are starting out with the Cherry Stew, 6.8% alcohol, Belgian cherry ale, brewed with cherry juice. This is a really light-bodied for a Belgian brewed with cherry juice. It really took me by surprise, and I like the evanescent feel of it in the mouth.
that is super delightful. Almost, and I don't know if it's because I took a swig of coffee before, but there is a kind of a pucker factor there with the cherry.
It is the cherry and then the yeast from the Belgian beer itself that kind of gives the harmonized flavor that you get from it.
Yeah.
The cherry juice comes from Steffen's farm in Fort Atkinson, so it's pretty close by.
Oh, cool.
And, just pick it up there, and then we just decide to make a beer with it. So.
Yeah, totally. Does that happen a lot where these opportunities are presented like, hey, I've got a buttload of cherries. You want to do something with it?
I'm always looking for local ingredients, yes. We work with our neighborhood. Last year we got some rhubarb from our neighbors.
Yeah.
We work with Old Gardens. So we got different other locations that we work with. And yeah, if I think, hey, I want to make something, then I'm just going to see if I can source it locally.
Awesome.
Yeah, it tastes expensive.
Well, that's because you have to pay me for it.
Is that- He's funny.
Yeah.
I like him. And I will pay you for it because, I'm not that cheap. But it does. It tastes, and I like the dry. Is there a dry?
It's a dry finish. Yes.
Finish.
The yeast really goes down to it, so there's almost no sugars left. You just got the flavor of the cherry.
Which is a really neat finish to this beer. Are you saying like sour, right? You're saying there's like a sour thing,
Yeah.
and then it goes dry.
Right. 100%.
It's so cool to
I
drink
love it.
this.
This is fantastic. It's a great journey for your tongue for sure. And it's not like my brain was expecting super sweet, and that's not what you're getting with this at all. It's fantastic.
It's a little bit of the tart cherry coming through indeed.
Yeah.
I always prefer tart over sweet with cherries. Yeah. Always. That's why I don't like cherry flavored candy. It's disgusting. It's just like a sweet sugar stuff. That's not really what a cherry tastes like.
Right. So is this a seasonal or a year round?
This was so. What we do at Starkweather is making a lot of beers just once. I got so many ideas that I want to do, and then I just make it. And if we see it's a big hit, it will come back.
Right.
But from all the years that I've been homebrewing, et cetera, I've come up with so many different recipes and ideas that I just kind of poach them in there and see where they go.
So did you see a space in the cherry space to do what?
Wow. Space in the cherry space.
Did you?
I saw a pit in the cherry, but I
mean, was this an idea? Your idea? Whose idea?
No, it's my idea.
Okay.
I'm the brewmaster, so basically all the recipes that come through me. And
right.
Yes, of course, we have some ideas. Okay, we're getting into the winter season. We should be doing something like this.
It's like a nice winter twist.
Oh, absolutely.
A little bit, for sure. I mean, if I was at a brewery and I was doing a flight, I usually do flights if they have them. This would be one I would do in a flight every time just to try it a cherry.
And it's one of our strengths. We have 15 lines, and we always have something different, from dark stouts to the lightest beer, from fruited to sour, from IPA to Belgian, German styles, you name it, we got them.
Yeah, delicious.
Thank you.
Fantastic drink. Yeah, I could drink a couple of those. That's my test. Can I drink 9 of them?
Don't do it right now, but maybe later.
All right, what's our next? How did you rank that, by the way? Did you try your whole 6?
Yeah.
I had this one like my top 2. I thought it was, and maybe it's because it's still cold outside. I don't know, but
I don't do the tiered ranking like you do. I just do the stink stars.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely it's 10 out of 10 stink stars. That is my jam right there. That's fantastic.
But if something's 8 stink stars, aren't you still ranking something though? Ultimately?
Well, you're doing the ranking within the 6-pack. I'm doing the ranking of life overall.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right, totally.
That's...
You can rank everything in life on Stink Star scale.
Your brain is huge. I can't even comprehend what you just said.
It's fine.
That's incredible.
I'll mansplain it to you
I'll
later.
stick to 6 and just try to figure out which one's the best one. All right. What do we got next?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, Lake Loop on a kickstand, 4.7% alcohol. This is a cream ale infused with coffee. And you're like partnered with Forward Coffee, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, for this one we got some coffee from Forward Coffee, and they of course also serve beer there, so they have some of this beer on tap too. Lake Loop is our one of our staples. It's one of the first beers I made. I made 12 batches so far in 2 years, which means 36 barrels of it. And I thought for a 10th batch we would infuse it with some coffee. So you got still that nice mouthfeel of the cream ale, but then a little bit of touch of coffee in the back.
Mm-hmm. Trixie, what do you... Oh, she's just pouring
I
out.
like it.
What do you think? Yeah.
I like that the cream ale still stands as a cream ale. I think it's really important that the coffee didn't go overboard. It's just like a touch of coffee without it being kind of in your face, where it like takes away from you knowing that you're drinking a cream ale. So I like the balance of that.
Yeah, like it gives me like a blonde espresso feel.
Exactly, like a morning bevy.
It's fantastic. I enjoy the mouthfeel on this a lot as well. But for some reason, I forget cream ales are there lurking in the background. And so when one comes up, I'm all like, oh my God, is this tasty?
I think every brewery has to have an entry beer. And a lot of people come in that's either they don't drink beer or they want the lightest of the lightest. And for us, that's kind of the cream ale.
Yeah. And there's like kind of a sweetness to the cream ales too. And I know you loved cream ales. Wasn't that your jam in Ohio? The
Little Kings.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was just going to say Little Kings are like the best. When it's like a super hot summer day, I love the Little Kings.
We would. I remember we could sneak in 2 cases and 2 people in the trunk of Terry's car into the drive-in.
Love it.
And that's how we rolled in there, and to save money so we could spend more money on Little Kings. Yeah. Boy, what a weird system we had. But that's back when you could get on an airplane without pulling ID out, I guess. So they didn't check, really.
That's so scary to think about now.
Really didn't care. Man, this is, I was drinking this last night, and I had Christy say, she goes, that's like refreshing. Like,
which isn't what you expect from coffee-infused things.
Right. Just, a little sweet, little malty. It's like, man, oh, man. It's almost like I said it's almost like a Pilsner-esque thing.
Cream ales are being made with a lot of corn in it, so it gives you that creamy and sweetness to it. So yeah, that's makes it indeed nice and easy drinking.
Yeah, boy, I love this thing. How's this one doing for you? Is this a mainstay?
So this was another one-off because we always have the regular Lake Loop on, but for this 10th version, I did some coffee into it. It might come back again. I mean, we keep working with like I said, Forward and other people. So yeah, we might do this one again.
Boy, that could be. I'm trying to remember tasting something that was like this good, this cold in the morning, with the coffee, end to it. That was this delicious. Without overpowering, no big alcohol, nothing weird about it.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah, there's like nothing like heavy about it. It's crisp. I don't know. I'm a huge fan.
You could kind of drink this and not know you were drinking beer.
True.
I don't know if that was the idea, but
people should drink it because then they drink more.
Oh. I just want a glazer with this.
You've been looking for a beer to quench your morning thirst. Man, have I got one for you.
Maybe we should open the doors at 6 o'clock in the morning from now on, so people can come in for the cup of joe.
Yep.
So we've had a cherry and now the cream, coffee thing. So you're like doing great things over a range of styles here. Are those accidents or like, okay, we got it. This is how we have to differentiate ourselves a little bit.
That's what I think. I mean, I've been, of course, as a brewer to many, many breweries, and sometimes you walk into a brewery and they have like 10 IPAs and 2 stouts.
Sure.
They have 5 sours and 1 IPA.
Right.
Like I said, we always have different styles on board, from ambers to IPAs, from German style, Belgian style, English style. And I kind of look at what we have on tap, and then I decide, okay, let's put one of those in again. Yesterday I brewed another Belgian beer. Next week it will be another APA. So that, it's continuously developing, and people love it because we have quite a following, and people will come in one week and we have 15 beers, and the next week there will be 2 different beers on because we renew them pretty quickly.
Right. So. Well, beer lovers probably appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love
that. That there's always something new. And,
right.
Yep.
All right. Starkweather.
It also just lends like a purpose for someone to come when they know there's new beer constantly.
Absolutely. And a variety of
motivation,
beers. A variety of beers. Yeah. Because it is weird. We'll go to a brewery or we'll be on a trip somewhere. We go to a brewery, and one of the first things we'll say is, wow, they were kind of a one-trick pony, or, they had 6 IPAs and they didn't have a porter. That's what we say when we walk away from a brewery. But if we get something with variety, man, we come back. I
feel that if you can make one beer, you can make them all. I mean, it's different steps, but the basics is still the same.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Trixie and Peter Schroder from Starkweather Brewing, and clearly we've been drinking. All right, let's get into our next. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you.
2nd year anniversary at Starkweather on Atwood Avenue. The Miracle Mile, Atwood Avenue. All right, what do we got? We got one more, and then we got some Starkweather news. So we'll do a deep dive there. But what's our next brew?
Well, the beer in front of us right now is Jamestown Jackdaw, 5.9% alcohol. It's an Irish coffee stout. This one definitely has a little more of the robust coffee in it. It's fantastic. What?
There's no coffee in it, sorry.
Who put that on there?
I don't know. It's an Irish stout, but there's no coffee in it.
Yeah, well, someone wrote it down that way. Sorry, it's not an Irish coffee stout. There is robust coffee in here. I don't care what you say. There is a little bit.
It tastes like there's coffee in there.
It totally does.
Are we talking about
Irish
Jamestown?
stout, 5.9% alcohol. Yeah. This is fantastic. I mean, whatever it is, it's awesome. Like, there's definitely more of a robust note in here. I love the heavier body. It's got a warming effect at the end, which is really nice, especially this time of year. So it's a fantastic, fantastic beer.
Why are we tasting coffee?
That's the roasted barley in there. So that's chocolate and roasted barley in there.
Okay.
An Irish stout is kind of like your Guinness, and that's when you always get a little bit of the coffee hint, but there's no actually coffee in there.
Oh, that's so weird.
Or are we tasting toffee? And are we confusing coffee with toffee?
No, or like sometimes dark cocoa will taste like coffee.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like the bitterness of like a espresso shot, kind of.
So some hops and roasted barley.
Roasted barley, chocolate, and then some base malt and some caramel notes.
Yeah.
And that kind of gives you that complete Irish stout feel to it. And that gives you a little bit of the coffee hint, but there's actually no coffee.
That's crazy. It's beer.
What do you think of that?
It's fantastic. Yeah. there's not a lot of sweetness in this. It is very like there's a dry finish. It's kind of like, dare I say, like bitter. But that's how I like my coffee black. I like very bold flavors, and this is a home run for me for sure. And a warmer. I don't know that I could do that whole can. I would have to share with a friend, which is always a good idea.
Hello.
You're a coworker.
You got a friend sitting here.
He wants to be your friend so bad, do you? Just let him be. Just let him be.
I crack myself
There's
up.
also a little bit of rye notes in this at the end, too.
Yes.
So the roasted oats, it's amazing like how you just manipulate one piece inside of a beer and it can just kind of morph into like 10 different flavors.
You get that malt ball a little bit thing in there too. You know, one thing you learn about Starkweather is how drinkable your beers are. Do you think about that? Is that like a driving force for you?
Of course, you want to make sure that everybody comes in and enjoys whatever they order. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, just overall, it seems like you're not trying to have people Uber home every night.
No, so we do have some heavier beers coming out every now and then. But they never really go over 9%.
Right.
A lot of our beers are in the 4 to 6% ABV because, again, then people will sit there longer and drink more beer. It's nice if somebody comes in and buys 10% beer, but then they're done.
An Irish stout, that's kind of unusual. People think of Guinness.
So I made this beer last year for St. Paddy's Day. We put it into a competition. We got the second place in the US Open last year, which was huge for us in our second year of opening. And therefore I thought, well, we have to keep this going because people come in, they will see the awards hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
So we renamed it to the Jamestown Jackdaw, and from now on we will always have it on tap. We're probably going to put it on Nitro in the near future.
Oh, here we go.
Always be available.
Yeah.
Nitro would be awesome. That would be really good.
So nice creaminess that you get on top of the flavors that you're
I think we'd all be really surprised how that would mellow it out in a way, but intensify other aspects of it. That'd be cool.
So 2 questions. Who beat you at the competition and what is Jackdaw?
I don't know who beat me.
Because they suck.
Well, we'll see
Go
this
ahead.
year, but we'll try it again.
What's Jackdaw?
A jackdaw is a bird in Ireland. So Jamestown is a little town in Ireland. The jackdaw is one of the birds that flies in Ireland. And every now and then with names, I'm just going to look into the history of wherever region the beer comes from, and then I come up with the name. So in this case, I came up with the Jamestown Jackdaw.
I love it.
Here I thought it was for Jamestown, North Dakota.
I thought it was Virginia. I'm like I got to ask it. I got questions.
I don't think they make a lot of Irish stouts in those states.
Yeah,
They don't. No, you're right.
That's, I think, the point of North Dakota. That's funny. I was thinking the same thing. No, we were off a little bit by about an ocean. We were off by about an ocean. You know, it's interesting, Peter. I like Guinness, but I'll tell you what. I get bored with Guinness. I'll drink one because that's the only dark beer sometimes a bar has, so I'll drink it because I'm a dark beer guy. And then after one, I'm like, that's pretty bland. And I know people forget about how little alcohol is in Guinness, but I get bored after one of those. This is really interesting.
Thank you.
This has flavor to it, lasting flavor to it. So infinitely more interesting than a Guinness.
The flavor really does linger there for a while.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah.
It's like a vapor in there. It's super delicious.
Thank you.
That's a good way to put it.
How many beers were in that class at your competition? Do you know? Do you know how many beers?
No, they don't give you that information.
Right.
At least more than 2, because we took second place. But I don't know. We
He's
don't
funny.
get that information.
You're the funniest brewer we've ever had in here.
Thank you.
You're
Again.
awesome, dude. And second place. And where was that at?
That's been done in Ohio. It's coming up again in May, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Are those regionals, or are those? How big of an area would that cover?
That would cover the whole United States.
Really?
Yeah. So there's competitions that are international, where everybody can ship in from Europe and Asia and everywhere around the world. U.S. Open, the name kind of gives it away. It's for the U.S.
Dude, right here in Madison, we have the second most famous Irish stout in the universe. I'm calling it. It's in the universe.
All right, dude. These are just facts now.
So there you go. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Okay, what do we have? We have some beer news then with them?
Yeah, so the 2-year anniversary for him is coming out, and you guys did a huge collaboration called Shout Out Stout. There's a lot of people you collaborated with on this beer. There's G5, there's Delta Beer Lab, there's Giant Jones, Carbon 4, Great Dane, Vintage, Lone Girl, Sunshine Brewery, Full Mile, and Uga Brewing.
That's everybody.
There is a lot of breweries collaborating in this, which is kind of fun.
Whoa.
And you're celebrating your second anniversary the week of February 6th.
Correct. On February 6th, we will dedicate 10 of our beer lines to the breweries that were just mentioned. We got stout from all of them, and it's going to be barrel-aged stout, it's going to be pastry stouts, it's going to be oatmeal stouts, you name them, they're going to be there. And then we will have 5 lines for our regular stuff. So the cream ale will be on, for example, because people might still want to have something in between. And it's going to go on for the whole week. So from February 6th till February 11th, we will serve all those stouts, and then slowly we will fade them out. During that week, we will have different festivities. We will have our trivia, which we always do on Wednesday. It's going to be a special Wisconsin-themed trivia this time. Music bingo. On Saturday, we will do beer and chicken. Our chef, Steve LePen, does a great job with this chicken. We got 3rd place in Best of Medicine last year, which means a lot for us again.
For wings specifically, right?
Absolutely. That's huge. I mean, the fact that we were able to get there. The chicken wings are phenomenal. We have different dry rubs, different wet rubs, whatever you want to do with them. And then we do the pairing, so people will get 6 small pours of the beer. They will get 6 chicken wings, and we talk through it, and people are just enjoying themselves. So yeah,
it's what it's all about, my man.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm an airhead. What was the name? Was there a name for that? I'm sorry. With
Shout out stout.
What is it?
Shout out stout.
Shout out stout.
Shouting out to all the breweries involved in it.
I love it. Whose idea was that? Do you ever sleep?
Yes, normally on April 2nd.
It's funny. Peter, you're funny.
Thank you.
I love you, man. All right, Starkweather, tell everybody how to get there again and all the cool things.
2439 Edwards Avenue. We're just down from Olbrich, right next to Stalsies, right by the Ohio. Come and visit us. Have a beer. Have a cheer.
You know, when they redo the Monona Terrace lakefront, they ought to do that over walk, that elevated walk. Should end right in the parking lot at your brewery.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
People could park, walk, take a beer, walk down to the lake. All right, I got a guy.
Okay.
I'm going to make a phone call.
Let me know what you need from me, and I'll help.
Never fear. Johnny is here.
We're going to cover it. Dude, thank you for coming. I know it's early. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Big orange arrow on East Washington Avenue is where we have our 6 lovingly assembled and ready for purchase, starting at 9.
At 9 o'clock.
At Trixie's Liquor.
9 o'clock, doors open, and you will find Starkweather's beer in our doors for you.
I still love that Trixie's Liquor, you as a cartoon lady on the logo.
Yeah, I don't look like her anymore, but that was a fun time in my life
it's one of my favorites.
Looked young enough to look like a cartoon.
But no, you have like the little olive in liquor, and then you are standing there like a cartoon Wonder Woman. It's fabulous. It's still one of my favorites. I love that.
It was fun.
It was fun. All right, we got 3 beers left. Let's get into one here.
All right. Well, Delta, and Dee just told me they're celebrating their 5-year anniversary. I can't believe they've been around for 5 years. That's crazy. This is their Pale, P-A-L, Sales Pale Ale. They just partnered up with Laboratories Pizza Pies, amazing pizzas. This pale ale is awesome. The hops in it are Centennial, Cascade, and Citra hops, and I just feel like this is my dream old school combination of hops in a pale ale. I love it. There's definitely a bite to it, but it doesn't linger too long. It kind of like mellows out and turns refreshing at the end. So I am a fan of this pale ale for sure.
I wanted to give some details on the Delta party to the 5-year anniversary, which you can find all the deets on Facebook. But it's a Saturday, February 17th. They're going to have live music. They've got a few kegs that they saved in the cellar. Oh, yeah. So the coconut chai stout is going to be out, which is fantastic. They're also going to be setting up food. They got extra tables and all that stuff, so they'll make sure that everybody can enjoy themselves. But that is Saturday, February 17th.
Can I ask a dumb question? Because I've only parked in the parking lot there. But where's the overflow parking for Delta when you go over there? Is it street? Just street?
I don't. Well, that parking lot's pretty big. I don't know.
They're in an industrial area.
Oh, okay.
So there's parking all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only pulled up in front. All right, cool. This is like a lawnmower light. You could drink 6 of these and rock it, dude. I love this beer.
I think you could. Absolutely.
It's light and hoppy and not overcooked. I love it.
It makes me want to go to a Salvador's and get this beer to pair it with pizza. That's for sure. Salvador's is up to like 3 or 4 locations now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there one in Manonas and Prairie at Livingston? Is there another one that I don't know about? The one downtown? Is that Livingston Street? Okay, maybe there's just 3. Great pizzas, though. So nice combination with Delta and Salvatore's. Love it.
Very good. Yeah, this is like the lawnmower pale ale beer. I swear, if you are tired of the pails, or you burned out, or you're just getting into it, this is a good one.
Yeah, just a really easy drinker. I think this is one of those, we talk about the gateway beers. This might be one for people to try that are anti-craft beer. This is a good one. Way to ease it in.
Right.
Just spit on it, John.
You know the verbal abuse. That's the verbal abuse I take on a daily basis.
You should be used to it now.
She just.
But that's because you're so funny.
I come to work and I spit on anything that moves. Should have seen me spitting on Hawk the other day. He didn't even know. I snuck up behind him, spit right on him, right in his neck, rubbed it in. Oh yeah, that's nice. What's our next beer?
I don't know. I'm a little cringy right now. Vintage Brewing Company, 6.6% alcohol. Better Off Red. It's got a big W with the hands on it. Love the logo on the can. Red ale. Lots of caramel malts, sweet. Very balanced. There's a skip of hops in it, but it's not overly done, and I like to skip a hops. Again, it's that balance word. I feel like I've used that a lot today, but I love the sweet tea malts in here, and it's just enough of the hops where it doesn't make the beer too heavy.
Peter, what do you think?
I think it's a great beer. I've had it at their location on East Wash, and love it. I mean, Scott and his team make really good beers, and I always love to go there. Great food, great beers, and this is another great example.
Yeah, for sure. I have an aversion to reds usually. This is one of the rarities where when I saw this in the 6-pack, I was really excited. Nope, not, dude. Yeah, I usually get that weird, like you have change in your mouth taste, but not with this one. This might be my favorite red of all time.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
So much flavor.
Yeah.
Just flavor explosion.
It's so good.
Better Off Red.
Oh, I love that.
But again, we talk about if you're burnt on hops, big hops, or you're shying away from hops. This is like the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little sweet, little hop.
Totally.
It is great. And the name, I mean, clearly it's a legend in this town by now. Vintage, come on. I love it.
I know. I love the W.
I even love the tattoos on the fingers. The red.
Yeah, the can's good.
IPA. I love it. Yeah, the can is great. It hits the spot. It's definitely that downtown feel.
Right.
And the vintage downtown is no longer.
Is it gone?
It's going to be. It's not like, I don't think it's been ripped down yet, but I know
no.
that they're not. The lease isn't renewed, and they're being removed from the university location.
It's going to be a skinny high-rise student housing.
Probably.
Yeah, they're putting a different building in there.
Unbelievable. What a great build. What a great spot. But yeah, you look at it and you're like, you know how much money they're losing not putting 20 stories in there.
I guess. Yeah, I get it.
But you know what? It's just another tall building to block the sun out downtown.
Right?
It's so weird down there. It's like glass and steel. Like, where am I?
It's looking like a bigger city.
It is.
Every day.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a big, small city, man. It's crazy.
A big, small city. It's true. That's true.
So bizarre. So, anyways, I love Better Off Red. It's so good. If you've never had a hamburger at Vintage, well, then you're not from here. You should do that. That's important. It feels important. Okay.
It's important.
And by the way, take a road trip to Sauk City for Cry-Eye. Get out and get some fresh air.
That's a beautiful location.
Oh, isn't it great?
Absolutely.
Oh,
With the
my.
river and everything combined.
Get a bottle of wine, head over to the Vintage. Oh, dude, it's got it all. All right, we are down. Are we down to one beer?
No, we got one more.
We have one left.
Yeah, we got one more. This is the cute label. I love this. It's the Chili Webbits Cold India Pale Ale. So it's a cold brew. This is tangerine, mango, and strawberry flavors from the Cashmere and Idaho 7 hops. This is a fantastic IPA beer. Fantastic. There is just like an icicle feel to the hops in this beer that I love. It's just so crisp. I would like a 6-pack of this. And I know that like usually I'm kind of like IPA'd out at this time of year, but for some reason this one is hitting me a little different. Those mango and strawberry notes in there, they're just notes. It's not like it's flavored strawberry and mango, so I want to be really careful about how I say this. But there's just enough of that sweet tone to those icicle hops that make it a very interesting combination for an IPA.
Peter, what do you think?
I just took my first sip. It's nice and fruity, like you said. Very enjoyable.
Yeah. It's not too overpowering with the fruit. Nothing's too overpowering in here for me. And it's a nice, gentle kind of pale ale. I would have thought it would have been more of a hot punch.
Yep.
To your tongue, but it's a very easy.
Is it
to drink.
Is it the cashmere hops we're not familiar with?
I don't. It's
because
something's very pleasant.
I don't hear that hop come up that much.
I feel like it's the cashmere. I don't think I have cashmere hops very often, and I wonder if just the combination with the Idaho in that one is just making more of those sweetie, summery fruit notes in there.
Is that cashmere Idaho?
Cashmere and then Idaho 7.
So cashmere.
I thought it was in the state of Idaho.
No, Cashmere is a separate hop that came
It's
out
the name
about
of a
9
hop.
years ago, and it's close to Cascade and Citra hops.
I did not know that. Is that from Idaho? The Idaho?
No, it probably comes from the state of Washington, where a lot of hop research is being done.
I was like 0 for 2 on that.
But Idaho 7 is a hop that probably
gotcha.
comes from Idaho. Otherwise, they would have called it one of the other 49 states.
What is your opinion on the cashmere hop? Is that the smooth? Is that what's smoothing it?
It gives a little bit more fruitiness.
Yeah, the fruity.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Love the label, by the way, on that can. It's one of the great.
I know.
It's one of the great labels in beer.
I love this can. It's a bunny with earmuffs on, and his teeth are kind of frozen over where there's like icicles coming and stuff. He looks a little sad. I want to give him a hug and bring him inside, but it's awesome.
If I was them, I'd make that into a lakefront. Make that into a little keychain, rubber attached.
I need the T-shirt.
Thing.
When the Cashmere hop came out, I created a beer as a home brewer and called it Red Zeppelin.
Red Zeppelin. There
I
you go.
remember that one. I think we tried that here.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think we've tried that here before.
I just want to eat something fried with this, like a dill pickle fried or something. It's good.
That's funny.
You know, last night I was eating turkey meatballs, and which went great with the Jackson Jackdaw, by the way. Perfect. Frickin'
I bet it did.
Turkey meatballs in the Jackson rocked. And then I had this, and I didn't taste. I had this last night. I didn't feel the mango like I am today, but I haven't eaten anything, so it's not like masking the subtle mango or whatever's in there.
That could be
the low-key mango.
Yeah, I like the mango touch to it.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
it just, I don't know, that little sweet note in there really just mashes with those icicle hops.
Yeah, it just pops, doesn't it? With that. All right, so that's really good. Lakefront and the Chili Rabbit. I know they make that in a hazy, which I would love to try. I don't think I've had that one either, so we'll save that one for another day. Peter, it is good to see you. I wanted to mention one thing. I know we got a minute left. You are doing a barrel age with Dancing Goat?
Correct.
Can you talk about that for just a minute?
Yes, I got a rye barrel from Dancing Goat. We picked it up last Monday, so 3 days ago. And we filled it up with 53 gallons of our Imperial Stout, which is a triple chocolate stout. It has chocolate malt, chocolate extract, cocoa nibs on it. That's going to be sleeping for the next 6 months, and then we will release that somewhere in the summer. We might bring some to the Great Taste this year, so that would be pretty awesome. And then for Black Friday this year, we will also have some of that on tap.
When you break that open, would you come in here? And this is purely selfish. And let's share some of that.
I will give some to Dee, absolutely.
God, you son of a bitch. Damn it, Peter. What is she paying you? I'll double it. I don't know what's happening over here.
Some things we don't share, John. Sorry.
All right, Starkweather on Atwood. Thank you for coming in, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Trixie, our Pick 6 is available. Tell them how to get it.
Oh, come join us. Corner of East Wash and Oak Street. The bright orange arrow is going to point you to our direction. We got a lot of tasty goodies in there. Check out the Mix and Match. For 3 of our beers, Starkweather is going to be in their own door. And we have a plethora of THC drinks, cannabis waters that are wide selection of flavor and drinks. They are tasty. So for those of you who are skipping the drinking in January, that's another option for you out there. I highly recommend them. Check out the arcade. We have a Fix It Felix game that we put together, a custom Fix It Felix game. It is the only one in Madison.
Yeah. Just so you know, there's a bar at Aftershock, so it's all there for all of your sipping needs, your entertainment needs.
We got some alcohol at the arcade.
Yeah, there's some booze there. Help yourself. And then right next door, the Parched Eagle. So you got all kinds of entertainment there. It's just one big happy family.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a fun time. Come join us.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.